Hello, friends. Don't we all just love abrupt endings? Because I sure do. um, in between episodes, I didn't do anything productive. I just watched a stupid meme video and giggled like a little schoolgirl. So hey, I guess that's productive. I will actually get the umbilical cord piece after this episode, though. Because we're gonna kill Celestial Emissary and then, Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos. Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos. And then, if we have enough time, which we probably will, I mean, it's two bosses, I mean, come on, we will get right into the DLC and start going through the areas, slowly and methodically. I'm just kidding, we're gonna give it that cursed flair, which we all know and love, as run through like a madman while looting the place like a crackhead. Looking for money to buy more crack. But anyways, like I said, Celestial Emissary is a complete pushover, especially now that I have a fully upgraded weapon, and am bustedly OP against him. Like, seriously, dude, he didn't stand a chance. Tight bars, little man, is what I would say to him, but that man had no bars. And were he to have and if he were to have bars, they would not be tight. In fact, those bars would be very loose. So, I extend a sarcastic, tight bars, little man, to him. But yeah, that boss fight, quote unquote, was basically how the Witches of Hemwick went, except a lot slower, because Witches of Hemwick were a lot slower. Because it was super early in the game, but anyways, I'm still sorry for missing the Witches of Hemwick fight. I didn't mean to do that. I really thought I recorded the fight, but it turns out I didn't. I also apparently skipped all of Hemwick Charnel Lane on YouTube, so that is a big whoops. You get a big whoops, my bad, I'm sorry, from me. Also, this is the upper level of the Vicar Amelia arena. Oh god, it's a little blue man. Gee, that was scary, guys. He tried to touch me. Did you see that? It was disgusting. These weird blue fingers. Ugh. Imagine if you actually, imagine if being touched by that thing. I mean, goddamn. Anyways, you fight Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos, in the Altar of Despair. And the Altar of Despair is a wonderful name for Ebrietas, this disgusting alien. That's right. Ebrietas, as well as the Celestial Emissary, are aliens. Anyways, when you first fight her, she'll be asleep, so get as many... Wake her up and then hit her a whole bunch, because those hits you do in the when she's waking up don't do anything. I thought they did, but hey. You can cripple her weird-ass little legs. You can also cripple her weird tentacles, I'm pretty sure. To get shots in on her face. Her disgusting macaroni face. I know I said Ebrietas is one of the hardest bosses in the game, but I'm just absolutely destroying her. I think she might have a weakness to electricity. Oh god. Okay, I thought that would be a lot worse. Ew. What the hell was that? Did she just fling her blood all over me? That's disgusting, Ebrietas. Just like the rest of you. And wow, that was something, wasn't it, guys? Also, this is Rom, by the way. Is it just me, or did Ebrietas just get the champion Gundyr treatment of me hyping her up as a hard boss and then getting absolutely destroyed? Like, she got killed almost as quickly as the Celestial Emissary. Like, damn, I'm disappointed. Well then, I guess we can start the DLC officially now. Jesus Christ. Okay. I think you guys can tell when I'm genuinely disappointed and when I'm just playing it up. This is genuine disappointment. I was genuinely expecting a harder fight. I know I've been complaining this entire playthrough about how the game's very difficult and how it's beating my ass. But I do have to admit and stop blaming the game like I did the other episode that I admitted. It was my fault that the game was beating my ass, and I humbly and sincerely apologize to all of you for wasting your time with my constant whining. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, I want to go fight Holy Blade Ludwig Holy Blade, or Holy Blade Ludwig, one of my favorites. I couldn't remember his name, it's been a while. We're just gonna run by all the enemies here because there's nothing really to see in this place. I mean, nothing that interesting. I already looted the place anyway. My apologies, I was just trying to farm for echoes. Wait, can I stagger him with just normal hits? I can. I am the true boss. I am. But seriously though, does Ebrietas have a weakness to electricity, or does getting your final upgrade on your weapon really make that much of a difference? Okay, apparently getting the final... I have my answer now, because those guys took a few more hits than before. Or took a lot less hits than before. Upgrading your weapon to the max is definitely worth it. Get it as quickly as possible. I am very glad I did that. I'm glad I got it in the last episode. By the by, that's where you get the eye pendant for later in the DLC. I'm not going to show you where you get it because I've already told you it's in there. And it's literally just a straight line to it. But yeah. I know I said that this whole time I've just been upset that I've been getting killed so much. But I'm genuinely disappointed in Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos. That fight was shockingly easy. I was prepared to fight longer and harder. I think I might know what caused that to be a much easier fight. The fact that I got behind her so early and quickly and was able to just easily rip her up from behind and get easy easy stuns, which probably were visceral attacks that I just missed and used to just hit her in the face a whole bunch instead, which I'm pretty sure did more damage anyway. I mean, if it was another boss, it would have done less damage most likely, but since Ebrietas has such a gigantic head, and that is her obvious weak point, then, you know. But yeah, if you want to beat Ebrietas really easily, I guess upgrade your weapon fully, use electric paper and get behind her and bash her until she goes down, wail on her face, and just constantly break her limbs until she break her limbs and make her fall down. Then I guess. Then again, that is just kind of every Bloodborne boss, isn't it? If you're having trouble with them, just focus one limb until it breaks, and they give you a visceral attack. Oh, by the way, this is a suicide old man. Or not. Yep, there it is. He's not alive, so you can't kill him. He's just there to trick you. There is a hunter back here. He's up these stairs. So I guess I'm just gonna try and get through as much of this as I can. He's like the... Does he look familiar to you? Because he should. Because he's one of the Yargul hunters. Straight up just one of the Yargul hunters, just stronger and with a different appearance, a more beastly appearance. Because the whole reason all these hunters are here is because they were drunk from the blood. They loved the hunt too much, and killed Koss's mother. So now the orphan of Koss, it made them a place where the hunt is always infinite and bountiful, where they can have what they always desired, an endless hunt. That I do know. That's why there's so many hunters here. And that's why you get here from the eye of a blood-drunk hunter. It's crazy that they expect you to come here after Vicar Amelia, though. Or, not even expect you. It's crazy that they allow you to come here right after Vicar Amelia. Because if they're allowing you to go there, that means that they are assuming that you're most likely prepared for it. Even though I personally would not recommend you go after Vicar Amelia. Never go after Vicar. Right? Don't ever do that. That is very dumb. Well, not very dumb, but it's gonna make your experience in the DLC much harder than it has to be. I'd coming after, I don't know, after Canehurst at the least. Because at least with Canehurst you'll get a decent amount of levels on you. Because right after Vicar Amelia, up to that point you've only killed 3 bosses. At most likely you've only killed 3 bosses up to that point. You've killed Father Gascoigne, Cleric Beast most likely, and her. And if you've killed the Witches of Hemwick before going to her, then you've killed a total of 4 bosses. That is nowhere near enough. Oh yeah, and this guy's a minigun, by the way. Isn't that neat? A little over-reliant on it, I'd say. Because he'll constantly try and back up to use it. And if you get too close, he'll melee you. Really, the main difficulty in this hunter fight is vision. Also, he healed himself. But, screw your healing, I have visceral attacks. And extreme aggression, buddy. Die. Killing him also gets you his minigun. Or Gatling gun, sorry game, Jesus. Oh, and this is where you fight that Bloodstar Beast as well. You know, the one I mentioned. I'm actually going to buff my weapon power because it is a Bloodstar Beast. I mean, this is just a mini-boss. and I can fully justify using a buff on it. Too bad I don't have any more Quicksilver bullets, so I can't parry it. But anyways, like I said, just use some fire paper. End the fight quickly, because Bloodstar Beast is weak. Bloodstar Beast and this Bloodstar Beast are both weak to fire. You get a damp blood gem for your efforts. And a decent bit of blood echoes. I actually expected this part with the Bloodstar Beast and the Gatling Gunner to take longer. And is this the place where you get the Bloodstone Rock, like I'm thinking? Is this it? That back here? No, you get the Amygdala arm. Yeah, you can beat people to death with an Amygdala's arm. Isn't that fun? This DLC is just a barrel of laughs. It's a real hoot. I must have confused a rock with a chunk. I do know that the messengers will start selling you Bloodstone Rocks for insight eventually, though. Like, I don't know what point you have to pass, but eventually they will start selling you Bloodstone Rocks for like 40 insight. Me personally, I don't think it's worth it, because I'm a one weapon kind of guy. But if you want to use multiple weapons, then yeah, obviously it's worth it. Having no Quicksilver bullets in this DLC is really kind of sucky, because you can't parry anybody. And there's a lot of humanoid enemies that you can parry. Specifically the hunters. The hunters are the main concern for parrying. Then again, I do an ass ton of damage, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Always go for the gun hunters first, because they're annoying, and they have the least health. Oh god, one of those weird creatures came up. Even the villagers are soaked in just blood, dude. This DLC really amps up the blood in case you didn't have enough. Anyway, this also, down here, opens up a shortcut for you into the first lantern that you get. I think this might actually be the only lantern you get in this first area. Like, this is it. This is your lantern. I'm not gonna rest at it, or return to the Hunter's Dream, I mean, to get my stuff refilled, because I don't need it right now. These weird blood-bellied freaks are getting on my nerves. They have a lot of health. No matter how much damage you do, they're gonna have a lot of health. And take that. And take one of these. Oh god. Oh goodness. I don't think you can parry them. I mean, I doubt you can. I'm just gonna pop a fire paper to kill these things. Because I know they're not gonna leave me alone, and I'd rather not die to them, because they do a decent bit of damage for something so fat and weird looking. Oh yeah, you might recognize these creatures from outside of Canehurst, where they were a lot smaller, if you'll recall, because they were starving. They didn't have a whole river of blood to feed off of. But yeah, I have no shame using fire paper on these enemies, because they're extremely annoying. And most monsters are weak to fire. Or beasts, I mean. If you want to use the correct term. Most beasts are weak to fire. And I think they are no exception. I'm just gonna use another one. Because if you don't kill these creatures, I'm pretty sure they will follow you. They are those kinds of creatures that like to follow you. Please stop. Stop. Thank you. There is another direction to go back up there, which I'm going to take now and ignore these monsters. I don't mind using these fire paper and electric papers because I can just buy more with insight, and you literally can get just an infinite amount of insight by using Madman's knowledge and everything. Using Madman's knowledge, Old One's wisdom, or Great One's wisdom, and fighting bosses and entering certain areas can also get you insight, because you're guaranteed 1 insight every boss fight. Every boss fight. Every single one gets you at least 1 insight. Entering the old abandoned workshop gets you 1 insight. Like, just throughout the game you get insight passively, as well as from, like I said, Madman's knowledge and Old One's wisdom and Great One's wisdom. Oh, dogs. Annoying. And I'm out of blood vials. This DLC is gonna chew through my blood vials like they're nothing. But I am in a much more comfortable state where I will buy a bunch of blood vials and not feel bad about it. But I will only do it with the echoes left over from leveling up. I've learned my lesson on using enough echoes to level up at least once or twice to buy a bunch of blood vials, because those vials did not last me long at all compared to a permanent level up, you know. Like, even if it's just 1 level, still I can go farm blood vials. I mean, sure, it may not be that many blood vials, but still. And plus, I can farm for echoes to get blood vials. Because farming for echoes to buy blood vials is a lot easier to do than farming for echoes to buy... not buy, to level up. And I would much rather have levels than blood vials now. Because we're reaching the end game, like I said. Blood vials are definitely still very, very important, because they're your healing. But I need to be as strong as I can be. Literally as strong as I can possibly be. Before I go fight Koss and Lawrence and everything. Heal. Visceral attack to get me out of the corner. Stand up. Visceral attack. Die. Usually that guy would give me a decent bit of trouble. Thanks for the blood vials, dude. I'm just battling for my vials at this point. I'm running on fumes. Rumi here is running on fumes. 2 blood vials and 2 quicksilver bullets. Whoa. Halfway there. Can't sing that song, can't even probably sing that song because it's copyrighted, I think. I mean, most songs are copyrighted. I think copyright's kind of dumb. I mean, obviously protect your work, because that's your work. But, like, you know, it's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it. Point is, copyright, I think, is just kind of dumb. Also, those bodies move around. There's a bunch of, like, still alive ones. It's gross. Die. But you can't kill them. There is one that you can kill. And I think he respawns, and every time he respawns, he gives you a guaranteed 6 blood vials. I don't know, though. We're actually nearing the end of the area. Oh, no, wait. You get another lantern here, I think. In fact, not even nearing. We are in the end of the area. The boss fight is the only thing that's left. Aside from a little bit of looting and a lantern. Yeah, a lantern. a little looting, and a lantern. That's all that's left. And then we fight the boss. And then we fight the boss. As you can see, there's a hunter by that shadow. He's one of those red-eye, really strong hunters. But just visceral attack him, friends. Parry and visceral. Just dodge, you filthy casual. Or if you have high enough damage, just stun lock him like that. I mean, sure, you can't stun lock him forever, but to finish him off, sure. Just like these birds are gonna try and do to me, but I won't let them. I don't think I've actually ever died to the birds. Like, I've never been killed by the crows in this game. Never once. And where is he? There he is. This little guy falls out of the sky. He's from the fishing hamlet. Whirligig-saw. I tried to use that once. I did not like it. It was not a good weapon for me. Looking good, Roomy. All soaked in blood. Yum yum. There's two of these big bearded dudes with the axes. With the axes and such. They're basically just a bigger... not bigger. They're just a more threatening version of the fat guys with the axes from earlier. Like, literally, that's all they are, is fatter, bigger, stronger versions of those enemies. And there's one with a cannon. That doesn't mean he's not gonna try and melee you, though. 6 blood vials from there. And this little dude right here is the one that you can kill for a bunch of blood vials. Or it's 5 blood vials. I think he gives you a guaranteed 5 every time. Or maybe it's only some of the time. That's how the Witches of Hemwick fight would go now if I fought them again. I could fight Ludwig right now, like with only 13 blood vials and everything. But I'd rather go level up, get all my blood vials back, and be the strongest I can be right now. I mean, obviously I'm not the strongest I can be. I could go grind to the max level right now if I wanted to be at the strongest. But I'd rather use what I have available to me to get stronger, so that I can make this fight any bit easier. I personally don't find this fight that hard. I never really have. That doesn't mean he's not difficult. He is definitely hard. I've just never personally found him to be as difficult as people say he is. I mean, yeah, he's hard. Do not get me wrong. I am not at all short-selling this boss. His grandiose nature, or not grandiose, his grand nature, his amazing fight. His fight is absolutely amazing. And he's still difficult. He was just never one that really pushed my face into the dirt and told me to eat it, and had me coming back for a second serving. You know, he was never one of those bosses. He was always one of the bosses to me that was like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass like a few times and then I'll let you pass me. Like, he gets his fun, he gets his licks in, and then he leaves. Don't brandish your teeth at me like that, you little freaks. I'm gonna spend the rest of them on Beast Blood. All of my insight from here on goes into Beast Blood pellets, because those are very valuable. And I need those while fighting Koss. And Lawrence, I just need those in general. They are extremely useful, even if you don't get much use out of them. Like, even if you're gonna be not doing long combos, it's still very helpful to just have that extra bit of damage from the small combos you get. And then it builds up and stays, and, you know. Point is, Beast Blood pellets are well worth it. Hello, doll. I have returned. Please level me up now. 3 levels. All into my health. Good. My health bar is looking much better. We are definitely doing a lot better now. I am feeling good. I'm riding high. We're probably gonna finish this playthrough today. This batch of recordings today is probably going to be the one that finishes it all. Or it might not be. I might actually save costs in all the final fights for tomorrow. You know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna save all the final fights for tomorrow and just get as far as I can now. Because I really don't want to rush into those fights and have to stay up super late trying over and over again to beat them. I'd rather just do it when I have plenty of time to do it, you know? Careful with the Hemwick Witch down here. Don't be cocky, because they can still grab you from behind and scoop out your eyeballs. It does a decent bit of damage. Point is, it's just annoying. Try and avoid it. We're gonna watch his cutscene.
Silent beast, a great terror looms. Ludwig Peak is coming. Have mercy. Have mercy upon us.
Ugh. Absolutely grotesque, isn't he? But what wonderful design. He is designed gorgeously. Like, you can just... Oh my god, he looks awful. It just makes you wonder what the hell happened to him. Like I said, I find this boss difficult, just not in the way that everyone else does, where he's one of the hardest, you know? He's definitely up there in the difficulty scale. Where the hell did he go? Oh, that's where he went. He is definitely way up there in the difficulty scale. He's not easy. As you can probably tell by the fact that my health is depleting very quickly. He's not staying still and letting me break his limbs. That's the main difficulty of Ludwig. The fact that he doesn't stay still. Well, that is for me at least. He also has a lot of damage. Ludwig the Accursed is his first phase, because this is a 2-phase boss. For those of you who do not know, he turns into Holy Blade Ludwig. He doesn't get a second health bar, but he does get a new weapon. He gets a weapon and new attacks. And he does a lot more damage.
You were at my side all along. My true mentor, my guiding moonlight.
is such a weird ass boss. But I love it. He's weird in the good way. Just like everything else in Bloodborne. Weird in the good way. The way that you just can't deny that it's awesome. That attack always used to hit me. But those still do. Oh, that's where I misread. Since I was right on his ass when he was doing that attack, he doesn't get the attack off on me. And he just left me open to do a bunch of damage to him. Like I said, he wouldn't be that bad. Bye, Ludwig. Oh, and what's funny is I used exactly 13 blood vials, so I could have beaten him with the 13 blood vials that I had. You can talk to him. Talk to his head.
Just a hair. I never wanted to.
He's still alive, and you can put him out of his misery. That's what I usually do. Putting him out of his misery also gets you the Holy Moonlight Sword, which is the Moonlight Greatsword, which is in every Dark Souls game, as well as Demon Souls and Bloodborne. I don't think it's in Sekiro, though. But yeah, it's in every one of these games. Even Dark Souls. Not even Dark Souls, even Bloodborne and Demon Souls. I think Demon Souls is actually the one that started it, with the Moonlight Greatsword. Because Demon Souls did come first. Ow, you old bastard. Get out of my way, I gotta kill your wheelchair-bound friend. He dies first. I don't like people in wheelchairs. I shouldn't say things like that, people will take them out of context. Just a joke. Visceral attacks twice in a row. But yeah, I'm just gonna go until either I get past those two hunters that are guarding the place, the recovery hall that leads to the Living Failures and then Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower, and then the fishing hamlet, Lawrence and Koss, because you need something from the fishing hamlet, I'm pretty sure, to get to Koss, or not Koss, to Lawrence, because you need to go through the fishing hamlet to get to Koss. Which I am still not at all excited for, by the way. I am not at all prepared to fight Koss. Not mentally, not physically, not anything. Anyways, there's two hunters here. It would be it's wise to attempt to separate them somehow. By getting back here. You can separate them a little bit. Because the one who does magic will hang back. Maybe I can cheese this. Nope, one who does magic will hang back. Friend with the sword will come forward. To fight you mano a mano, making these hunters not too bad. Definitely harder if you fight them together. But if you separate them like this, then they're not bad. Oops, I died. But yeah, these girls, excuse me, these women, they're not too bad when you separate them, but they're still decently difficult. I mean, they are hunters. They're gonna be hard. While we're waiting, I'm gonna look up something, because I need it looked up so I remember it. find umbilical cords. There we go. I'm not doing it after I record this episode, but I will do it in the morning tomorrow. When I finally finish off the Bloodborne playthrough and actually clean out my PlayStation so it stops yelling at me. Because I'm going to use a air blaster to blow all the dust out of the system. I'm not going to take it apart, I'm just going to blow it through the back and hope for the best. Hopefully that doesn't, like, hurt anything. Blowing compressed air, I think it is, into it. Because that air blower is kind of violent. I thought you were... Aren't you a woman of the church? Damn. Violent ass. I've always found parry timing in this game hard. Also, I had a visceral attack offered to me, but I somehow missed it. Whatever, I probably did more damage with that combo anyway. But yeah, when they can just wombo combo you like that, that's when things really get real. There's 1/3 of them of the umbilical cords, but that's not thirds, that's fourths. Whatever, game. Okay, so blowing it with air is not going to hurt it. I just need to be sure that I don't blow it too hard. I don't know how I'm going to turn down the aggression of it. I guess I'll blow it in through like a side slot or something. Because really I'm just trying to clean it out so it doesn't break on me. So yeah, from what it sounds like, from what I've read, it's not bad to blow air into it. Just, you know, be careful with it. Because I do care if I break this by blowing air into it. Because I'm going to be so pissed off if I break it by blowing air into it. Let me tell you, I'm going to cry. I will actually cry a whole lot. I will sob. Okay, now they already know I'm here. No, out of my way. Oh, damn. Put that away. Have I got... Okay, no. I can't be outside of my cover. Damn. Like I said, these hunters are hard because even when you separate them, they're difficult because that magic lady's always going to be there shooting at you. So if you go even a little bit behind your cover, then you're going to be kind of screwed. Whatever. I'm going to end this episode here. Have a good day, everyone.